This is a Sports Catastrophe production. Hey there, Heather, ho there, it's Jeff Cutter Diamond welcoming you to another Sports Catastrophe birthday boy. And the birthday boy for today, January the 30th, is a golfer that is dead, although I like to try to have people who are alive during my on this days so I can talk about them in the present tone. But because I had done Cam Ward, Davey Johnson, and Jalen Rose, and I couldn't find anyone else for January 30th, I went with this guy. He is an iconic golfer by the name of Payne Stewart, who was born January 30th, 1957, and won 3 major championships. Stewart was born and raised in Springfield, Missouri, and played college golf for Southern Methodist in Dallas. He would meet the sister of an Australian golfer while he was playing on the Asian golf circuit, and they married in 1982. Payne Stewart would play on the Asian golf circuit for a couple of years, winning a pair of tournaments. Fortunately, though, he would get to the PGA by 1982 and earn his tour card and won the Quad Cities Open, meaning that he was there and got himself a few years in the PGA Tour. So anyhow, it was the only one of his national titles that he actually had his father see him win. His father, Bill Stewart, did play in the 1955 U.S. Open and was responsible for why, Payne Stewart was an icon in the game. Anyway, he won the 1983 Walt Disney Golf Classic, and then choked the 1985 Byron Nelson Golf Classic. He was up by 3 strokes. After Bob Eastwood birdied, Stewart had a 2-shot lead, but he double bogeyed, and then he would lose the playoff to Eastwood. He was close to winning the 1985 British Open Championship, but lost by a stroke to Sandy Lyle. He looked decent in the back 9 at Shinnecock at the 1986 U.S. Open, but fumbled it after bogeys on 13 and 14. He had 4 runner-up finishes in 1986 and got to the top 10 16 times. Anyway, it was a tough time and all that. He had a few wins here and there, and then won the 1989 MCI Heritage Golf Classic by 5 strokes. And he was very consistent and called one of the best players in the world never to win a major. But that all changed at the PGA Championship at Kemper Lakes. He was actually 6 shots behind Mike Reed. But in the final 3 holes, he made up 5 strokes and took home the win by just 1. He had a great back 9, and Reed missed a key 7-foot putt that would have had a tie break. So anyway, it was just all that. And Payne Stewart would jump to number 3 on the world golf records by the summer of 1990, which wasn't half bad. Yeah, so anyway, the 91 U.S. Open at Hazeltine in Minnesota, he ended up tied with Scott Simpson on the final day, and under U.S. Open rules, there would be an 18-hole playoff, Monday playoff, and down by 2 with 3 holes left, Stewart was in a predicament. However, after Stewart made a 20-foot putt and Simpson missed a 3-foot par putt, Stewart got lucky and won the par. Got a par and won by 2 strokes. So he looked good and all that. At Royal St. George's in 1993, part of the British Open, his final round of 63 tied the record for best round in the Open Championship. He gave me one of 10 players to shoot a 63 until Brendan Grace's 62 in 2017. But he didn't win. The 98 US Open, Payne Stewart had a chance to win that championship, up by 4 strokes going to the final round, but somehow fumbled it and lost by a stroke to Janssen. But at Pinehurst in 1999, at the US Open, he made up for it, winning his third and final major, hitting a key 15-foot par putt that defeated Phil Mickelson and avoided a playoff. And Pinehurst would have a statue of Stewart celebrating his winning putt behind the 18th green. Well, that. At the time of his death, Stewart was third on the all-time money list and the top 10 of the official world ranking for many weeks. He looked good. He was part of the U.S. team for 5 Ryder Cups. That's, of course, the big golf competition between the United States and golfers from Europe. He had been to 4 straight, 87, 89, 91, 93, but got his place on the 99 squad mostly by his U.S. Open victory. So anyway, he had a patriotic passion and all that. Well, he won 3 of the 5 Ryder Cups with them and all that. Yeah. That's what they do, all that. He did a lot of good work and all that. So anyway, Stewart actually was known for sponsorship with the NFL. He would wear the team colors of the geographically closest NFL franchise. And all that. And he was known for his true golf fashions. He would wear clothing that resembled a proper golfing attire seen in the 1920s and 30s, like in the 1990s, which was huge and all that. Actually, Payne Stewart, yeah, did the NFL sponsorship, and you see the Bears style shirt. Stewart was actually on Home Improvement in 1998 as himself. Anyway. So, anyway, on October 25th, 1999, there was a Learjet flying from Payne Stewart's home in Orlando to Texas for the year-end tournament, the Tour Championship, held in Houston. Unfortunately, the aircraft failed to pressurize and were incapacitated by hypoxia. The aircraft would fly on autopilot until it ran out of fuel and crashed in South Dakota. Stewart had $12 million in career earnings and won $2 million over the 99 season and finished 7th on the money list. Lots of people were upset by this and all that. Tiger Woods said that he tossed and turned all night. I can't say why he couldn't. Anyway, Stuart Appleby would wear one of Payne's signature outfits for the final round of the tournament. And a lot of people wore short pants as well. The tournament was delayed by a few days because those competing in it would attend Payne Stewart's memorial service at First Baptist Church of Orlando. Many people would speak on his behalf and all that. There was a lawsuit against Learjet and all that. Anyway, the investigation was dropped, but Sunjet, the flight operator, could not legally operate and all that, and had to go through bankruptcy protection. But the case against Learjet went forward in straight courses and said that the manufacturer had no liability in the deaths of Payne Stewart and the other people, and there was no negligence. But nevertheless, the PGA did establish the Payne Stewart Award to a player who shows respect for the traditions of the game, commitment to uphold the heritage of charity support, and professional and meticulous presentation of himself in the sport through dress and conduct. And that's where Pinehurst number 2 did all that. There'll be a lot of tributes and all that at the 2000 US Open at Pebble Beach. So, anyway, Payne Stewart would win 11 events on the PGA Tour, 3 majors and 8 other tournaments. So Payne Stewart was just great, and it's not every day, and it's a rarity that a golfer who won a major championship in one year would die in the same year by any means. Payne Stewart was iconic, and don't you forget about that. Anyway, I'm Jeff. I'm going to do.